Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well. Salut les copains, comment ça va? I am here to talk about the Olympics yesterday and the opening ceremony and how it was insane. I thought I would fill you in a little bit first before we jump into that. I would fill you in a little bit about myself. If you didn't know, I am French and Spanish. Mom is from France, dad is from Spain, and they met in a small town in Spain called Cadaqués, and came to the States and had my brother and I, but raised us speaking French. Alors, je parle français, so I speak French. And I've been to France several times, thankful and very grateful for all of the trips that my mother's job at the United Nations was able to provide for us. So I did spend a lot of my childhood, every other summer going to Spain and occasionally France. So this touches my heart a little bit, this opening ceremony yesterday that took us through, Paris and down Laseine. I was there last year. My mother and I, my grandmother passed a couple years ago, and my grandmother and I went back my mom needed some closure. I said my grandmother, but no, she's on my mind. My mom and I went back last year to spread her ashes, and we had planned a trip, and COVID kind of put it on hold. But we went there last year to celebrate my grandmother's life and also to see some family members, and for me to see a piece of Paris and the history of Paris as an adult, not so much as a child as I was growing up. So, like I said, very lucky to have been able to see the country my whole life and to once again see it last summer. So I saw a lot of things getting ready. You could see right in front of the Eiffel Tower, they were preparing, everything was getting ready already last year. So it was exciting. I'm sure my cousins and family members over there were irritated. I know there was a lot of road closures, and I know the security was insane. And I just know hosting the Olympics can be exhausting. So if you're not, what am I trying to say? If you're in the middle of the city, that was, I'm sure, and is right now currently a pain in the royal ass. Anyway, so I thought I would have some stuff out today. My favorite cheese, my brie. This is what I love. My baguette, of course. And my mother's favorite red wine that a dear friend of mine gave to me when my grandmother passed, Côte du Rhône. So I thought I would just, come over here and celebrate my French. And this is the dress my mom got me last year when we were in the south of France. Anyway, so I have all my French stuff that I could possibly have out, and I am happy to be here. Anyway, so yesterday I sat down, with my, I don't even know what time it was, 1:30, with my protein drink, sat down and got ready to watch this and was mind blown. First of all, 206 countries. Some people say there were 85 boats. Other people are saying there were 90. Honestly, I didn't count. But 4 miles of absolute stunning amazingness. When they talked about this last year, I couldn't imagine all of the entertainment and how they're going to do this down La Seine, how they're going to incorporate the entire, the starting point all the way to the ending point. So I sat back and I watched it, and I felt all kinds of feels. Again, if you've been to Paris and you've been down the Seine and you have done one of those little boats, what are they called? I can't think of it right now, but every single boat had it on it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't think of it. Anyway, whatever. The boats that you rent or that you get on, and you can have dinner on them, or bateau mouche. Oh my God, bateau mouche. So my mother and I did a daily trip on that last year. So just to relive that and see all of these countries and all of the work that put into it. I mean, I wrote notes because I had to write notes about this. I don't even know where to start. Well, we'll start with the blue, white, and red poof, on the bridge to start. I don't think they were fireworks, but maybe smoke things. I don't know. But I loved the start of that. If you go down the Seine, you know that there's all those bridges. And I love that every bridge was decorated. I loved the catwalk, and I loved all of the clothing and the, you know, I loved all the people lined up on either side of the Seine. But anyway, we're going to go in order. Lady Gaga. So Lady Gaga loved the pink and the black. Didn't realize extremely, which is embarrassing. So didn't really realize how French she was. Couldn't understand what she was singing. Again, parce que je suis française, normalement je comprends. Because I'm French, normally I understand. But with the music, I really had no idea what was going on. But I loved her performance. I loved her feathers. I thought that that was pretty amazing. I didn't like that she was trapped in this like little circular dock looking thing. She needed more space to really let go. But loved it. Loved Lady Gaga. The Moulin Rouge dancers like on the side. That was great. I've never seen the Moulin Rouge. My mom took my niece a couple years back and I don't know. I never saw it. So we'll save that for the next trip to France to see the Moulin Rouge. But those dancers were amazing. The parkour guy with the torch like flipping off of the buildings like crap. Like how amazing was that? And of course, I love the way they went like back and forth as they passed the buildings. They like took away from the boats and all the countries and they went and like took you into these famous buildings and museums and all of that. And I thought that that was so clever for the, you know, the viewers watching at home to see a piece of what I've seen my whole life. The music I've heard play in my living room on Saturday mornings while my mother was cleaning. Like just, I don't know, it just touched a piece of me that reminded me I'm French and shit. Don't forget that, Jazz. You are French. I know you're American, but you also are French. So anyway, it was great to see that. I'm going to move along. The ballerina on the rooftop. Is a male ballerina a ballerina? Okay, so the ballet dancer that was on the rooftop in that like small little tiny stage-like area. Again, you know, if you didn't know, now you know. I danced like my whole life. I started at the age of 4 with my amazing teacher, Carmel, and I just never stopped until COVID, you know, 2019. So that's a long time of dancing. So I can appreciate all those ballet moves and the flexibility and all the, that was like incredibly hard on that space. And forget like the rain falling, like it was torrential downpouring at some points. Like it was just crazy. That dancer was pretty sick. Along with like the hip hop dancers that were like in like they were on that stage on the side and they were like dancing in the water. Like that was hot too. Like I just loved it. All the dancing, it just connected so much for me. The dancing, the culture, the history, all the heads along, you know, the river that portrayed the history and all the famous women and men of France. Just that was incredible. And to pass it and be like, oh my God, I was there last year. I don't know. It was just, some people could give a shit about this, but for me, that opening ceremony was amazing. Notre Dame, you know, Notre Dame. Last year was the first time I couldn't go see it because of the fire that took place, I believe 5 years ago. And Notre Dame, for them to incorporate that and have these women and men dangling off of those, I don't know, rock climbing type things, to have them just be dancing over there, to not skip Notre Dame, where normally they're, oh, it's under construction, let's leave it alone. For them to incorporate that as well. Like, oh my God, c'était magnifique, magnifique. I think at that point I called my mother because I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it at all. So I called my mother and here we are speaking in French and losing our minds and talking about how amazing everything was. And you know, the pianist on the, again, I think he was on the rooftop. I'm not sure. But I played the piano. Like, how do you play the piano with downpouring rain? Anyway, props to that dude, because that was crazy. The Marie Antoinette, the decapitation in, you know, to talk about the revolution, that was interesting to me. Yeah, that was interesting to me. I don't have anything else to say other than that. The music that was played, the you know, the headbanging like rock music. I felt like they touched every genre of music you could touch. They had the classical, they had Lady Gaga, they had like pop, they had that French rapper who did a shout out for Snoop. Oh my God, Snoop. Snoop was making me laugh. Snoop Dogg was there, and then they had this rock band with the rock. Like the only thing they didn't have was country. I don't know. Do they have country singers in France? Research. Anyway, so I was just taken aback by like all of this. The Ring of Fire ballooned to represent the first air balloon that ever went up, which I believe was, what did they say, 500 years ago, I think it was. 500 years ago, that balloon went up. And then the light show, and of course, Celine Dion. Like, oh my God. Oh my God, Celine Dion. I don't even know what else to say other than, oh my God, she was stunning. Her dress was gorgeous. Her vocals were on point. Like, it was just, I don't know. I can't even get enough of what I experienced yesterday. I'm still soaking it all in. I'm still like taking it all in, like everything that happened. And I don't know. It was just incredible. How are they going to, I don't even know how they're going to touch this. This is like, touch this. And I was very happy with everything going on in the world, that nobody got hurt. Everybody was safe so far that we know of. This morning I watched a couple YouTube videos of people voyeurs that were in Paris and that were also that left due to the rain, saying that they could not see anything, which kind of had me like mind blown, because I mean, yes, the cameras every now and then had water droplets on them, but I could see the whole thing. I could see everything going on, every country, LeBron. I mean, everybody was soaking wet, but I don't know, just amazing. Amazing. So I don't know. What did you think about it? Are you underwhelmed? Are you overwhelmed? Are you, I don't know. Did I miss anything? All the trips into the museums, like I had seen these museums. I have been in these museums like my whole childhood. And last year my mom and I went to, a museum. So I don't know. It was just absolutely magnifique. J'étais très contente et touchée. J'ai adoré. Très bien, la France. Très, très bien. I was touched. I loved it. It moved me. And France, you nailed it. I loved it. Congratulations. Can't wait to see how they try to one-up this one. Anyway, so that's it. That's all you need to know. I loved it. Je suis française. If you don't know, now you know. If you didn't know, now you know. And español. Pero mi español no es muy bueno. No es muy bueno. Un poquitititito. Anyway, so hope you all have a great night. Hope you're enjoying all the sports. Can't wait for the diving and the gymnastics. Can't wait to see if Simone Biles does something crazy. Like, I'm just overwhelmed and loving every minute of it. So hope you are too. Have a great day.